Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of BDC Chef Cooking Show. We are here at Ragini in Andover, the restaurant. We have shot here once before if you remember. We are back here by a popular demand and here we are. Let's meet Jassi ji from Ragini. Jassi ji, how are you?
How are you? Good, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good. So we have to immensely thank Jassi ji for letting us in his restaurant again and giving his kitchen one more time to us. We've been here before and we've met him before, but just for people who have not met him before through our camera, let's ask him, how long have you been here, Jassi ji?
Yeah, we've been in Andover is close to 2.5 years. Yeah, and it's been great years.
And are you doing as well as you thought you would?
Yeah, we're doing actually better than what we thought.
Oh, that's great, that's great. So how's the response from the community?
Response from the community, we got great response from the community. We have a huge Indian population around here, and it's all like mixed population in Andover. And yeah, everybody loved the food.
So you do a la carte, buffet, and catering as well?
Yeah, we do cater anywhere in any occasions. Yeah, birthday, marriage, any kind of parties. And yeah, we do buffet 7 days a week from in the lunchtime, 11:30 to until 2:30. And then we don't close between 3 to 5. We just open and then it's just a regular dinner menu starts after that.
So as you see, that's awesome. They're available all the time, round the clock, and they're available for parties, occasions, catering. So please call Jassi ji at Ragini in Andover. Thank you. Here with Shilpi Ranjan, the BDC Chef of the Month. As I was asking her, how did it all start?
It started 6 years ago. I am licensed to teach in Massachusetts, and I could not continue my teaching career because my son has special needs and he needed care. And I decided to stay home, and I decided I needed to use my teaching career to put teaching passion and my passion to cook good food together. And here I am 6 years later.
The people who come for classes.
I have had mostly American people.
Have you here today? And in a moment, we'll be joining you in the kitchen.
Sure, thank you.
Are you ready for us?
I am so ready to share my fusion take on Indian food.
Excellent. We'll meet her in the kitchen in a few minutes. Our sponsor of today's BDC Chef of the Month is none other than Shibani Mathur from Jules and More by Shibani. I think she's very popular and she doesn't need any introduction anymore, but as I have to, I need to tell you all about her. So Jules and More by Shibani offers one-of-a-kind fine and fashion jewelry, elegant clothing line for all occasions, and I can vouch for that. For her INE Wedding Expo, the fashion show that she did, I worked for her and I wore one of her elegant jewelry and clothing designs, and I can absolutely vouch and stamp without a doubt that her collection is the unique and very high-end. Very popular and loved Shivani Mathur. Shivani, please, thanks for coming and thanks for being the sponsor for our BDC Chef of the Month. To know you more, not that you need to be known anymore. You're popular, like I said. So when did it all start?
Hi, thank you first of all, Tapasya and BDC for having me on your show. Jules and More by Shibani was born in 2013. This was a home-based business, but I'll talk about my background. I have a fashion designing degree. Designing has always been my passion. After getting my degree in English literature, I had to follow my heart and also do fashion designing from Delhi. And many, many years went by that I worked for a reputed fashion house in Delhi. And when I moved to the US, I had to again follow my passion and designing was my forte, and I had to do something related to creation. And so that's what Jules and More is all about, creating very unique, very different and very standout pieces to add glamour and beauty to a woman. And Tapasya can absolutely vouch for that, I think.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Shivani, for coming so far, from Attleboro all the way to us, for being the sponsor of the month for this month, BDC Chef. Thank you so much. We'll come out to you in a few minutes. So now we are in the kitchen with our Chef of the Month, Shilpi Ranjan. So Shilpi, what are we making today?
So we are making two dishes, and my first dish is a lentil vegetable tortellini soup.
Wow.
And my second dish will be a masala meatloaf with a sweet and spicy tomato chutney. But first, I want to talk to you about dal ki dulhan. Oh,
Woo!
doesn't it sound like a Bollywood movie? So water, and I'm just adding it to my pressure cooker. Very, very easy recipe to make. It's a comfort food that we all like, we all do.
So this was how much dal and how much water again?
So this is a cup of tur dal and half a cup of my masoor dal, the pink dal.
In all, 1.5 cup of dal.
Right. 1.5 cups of cup of dal and 3 cups of water, into which I'm going to add vegetables because I want to make this a one thing meal. Okay, so all the good stuff, we just want all the carrots. This has been peeled and diced. Leave that here is some celery, which is diced. Also, I am adding some spinach to it. So here it is not a necessity to put all this, but hey, get in the color, everybody enjoys it. You'll get the, I'm adding a teaspoon of turmeric, and all I'm going to do is just turmeric and salt, which is going to of course help it cook it down. Salt to taste. You can always add more if you think it is less. It is to taste. And something else that I'm going to add to it is a cinnamon stick and a bay leaf, because besides the visual appeal of a dish, we also smell our food and it needs to be fragrant, and the cinnamon stick and the bay leaf add so much fragrance, you know, it comes out and you like it, and you can fish it out after. So this dish is just going to be going on a pressure cooker. Leave it for about 10 minutes, 2 whistles.
So our lentil soup is going in the pressure cooker for 15 to 20 minutes.
Correct.
So we'll go ahead with our second dish, the meatloaf dish. We're going to do this.
You know, the trend is with our youth, they want to eat American food, and it is delicious. You know, you can't, there is no two things about it. But then I thought I was missing the flavor. I was missing my own taste, and that is what I thought I'm going to have my own take on. I want my ginger and garlic. So we have a pound of chicken. It's ground chicken, and I think it is it's a healthier version. You can choose any kind of ground meat, though, you know, we are looking for healthier and leaner meats. What I'm adding is an inch of ginger, which I'm just grating into, grate some garlic in it. So about 4 cloves of garlic. Right. So here I had ginger, 4 cloves of garlic. I have, this is jalapeno. I have de-seeded it and diced it fine. And the reason I'm using jalapenos, it is flavorful but not spicy. This is, I added spinach. So here's my color, spinach, and this is grated. I chopped up the carrots, and what I did was actually use a blender to chop it this fine. What I need to do is add some bread to it for binding. And I'm going to just run it to make it all the same level. So it's like a nice breadcrumb that we have, and then it won't be lumpy and not be stuck in one place, right? So similarly, once you've got your breadcrumbs done, I'm going to add the onions to it, and all these have natural juices. So the juices are the taste and the flavor. I want it to remain in my meatloaf so it doesn't get dry, you know, and that is where the bread, the importance of bread that comes in. Another thing that I'm adding to it is, this is a lot of onions over here, but I'm adding, say, half a cup of onions to it, which are spices, the garam masala, which is a blend of spices, and you know, I make my masala at home. It is a blend of spices, and I keep it to the milder side. Each also going to add some coriander powder, so it is about 2 teaspoons of coriander, and again, you know, so this is roasted cumin seeds, and it gives a very nice earthy flavor. And so it needs a binder, and I'm going to use 2 eggs so that it helps to bind the whole thing. We just don't want to do all the work and not have, and it all crumbles, right? So very, very easy. Just break the egg, whisk it well, and here it goes. All right. And to help it, Tapasya, I like to use olive oil for cooking. Now I'm going to just eyeball my oil, but it is about 2 tablespoons of oil. Again, a requirement to help it bind, to help it make more flavorful. It happens to us, but hey.
But you remembered in just in time.
Just in time. But that is something about cooking. The cooking is never done till you have tasted it and till you like it. So I'm not going overboard with too much salt. Again, we are going to finish it with a nice sweet and sour spicy sauce, so which will give it some flavor. Here is a surprise. I am also going to, I have a pre-greased baking dish, and I want my guests, when they cut it open, to find a surprise. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a generous amounts, you guessed it. So I have boiled eggs. It's just boiled and peeled. I am not cutting it, doing anything. Just line it up. So here is our, yeah, so there is, imagine once you're going to take the loaf off and it cuts, it looks gorgeous. You see, my meatloaf is all ready to go in the oven. And here we have the meatloaf ready.
It goes in the oven?
Go in the oven. So my oven is preheated to 400 degrees, and I'm going to keep it in the oven for about 40 minutes.
Okay. So now that's in the oven. So we are going back to our first recipe, and let's look at the lentil soup, how it's coming along.
So what we need to do with my lentils is we need to temper it, season it, or using. So I'm going to use a generous amounts of oil in this, because while it is heating up, you're going to add some garlic. Because so along with my garlic, while see how the pretty golden color is coming, I'm going to put cumin seeds. I want the cumin seeds to crackle, and some mustard seeds. We are also going to add our good old jalapeno. While this is cooking, all I'm going to, and see how pretty it looks. It's nice and golden brown. I don't want to overcook it. So here goes my chopped onions. So what I'm preparing for you now is a sauce. Very, very easy to make. A sweet and spicy tomato chutney to go along with our meatloaf. So here it is, a tomato chutney. To do that, I'm going to again add a little bit of oil. It's a couple teaspoons of oil in my pan. It is on high heat. So what is pachporan is really 5 spices, and it is not heat. They are just flavorful. What creates heat is the red pepper in it, but you know what, I am not going to break this, and it is really merely for decorative purposes. So there it goes. Just going to have a little bit of heat, so I'm going to break one open, but going to use the 5 seeds in there. The pachporan, which is cumin seeds, mustard seeds, fennel seeds, onion seeds, and fenugreek seeds. So there is a balance to it. It crackle, you can hear it. That is the fun about cooking. And we are going to add chopped tomatoes to it. The fun of cooking in a restaurant kitchen. When the flame comes out, you know you are a chef, right? So here goes our tomato. I am just going to let it cook down a little bit, let the juices run through and let the tomatoes cook. For seasoning, it is just some turmeric and some salt. All right, and there is going to be, remember I called it, it's a sweet and spicy chutney, and we will share with you the sweet part too. Let me just check on how this is. It is hot over here. I need to get this. This is still cooking down. I can see some golden brown color happening here, but I still wanted to allow it to cook. And this is going to nice pretty colors. No, so here I have curry leaves, which is very good for us. Very easy. I'm just going to take it out. Don't need to do much. It has so much flavor. I'm just going to tear it with my hand and let it in. It not only will add color, it will add flavor to it also. Free to use a little bit of sugar. You could alternately use brown sugar also.
How much? 1 teaspoon?
I put about 1.5 tablespoons of sugar. And now I'm going to add it, and let's check on our pressure cooker. Add that. Look at all the pretty colors that is in there. Give it a nice.
So we can see all the colors.
With
With the beautiful colors. I love that.
Correct. So I'm going to add all the onions, the garlic and the onions and the spices in the lentils. Give it a nice flavor to it. But remember, we have a second tempering to do also. And
Getting it all together, plating it for our sponsors who are waiting eagerly outside. Let's put all the stuff together. For the soup, right?
right, doesn't it sound like a masala Bollywood movie?
Absolutely.
So a second tadka, we have to have the red mirchi in there and the ghee. Little bit goes a long way. It is just going to add a burst of flavor. So I'm going to allow I'm going to heat the pan and going to allow the ghee to warm up. And very quick tadka. I'm just going to allow my curry leaves to splutter, and here goes my red chili powder, and I'm going to just add a pinch of turmeric for it to get color and remove it from heat. Alright, just remove it from heat right away. Spice, it's added flavor, and I'll show you what we are going to do with it when we plate it.
Alright, let's go for that.
I love it too. So you can put how much you want. You don't have to, if you can add as much or as little. This is the place where, hey, you like it more, you add more.
Yeah,
Take a bowl. Here is my lentil soup. It goes right over it. Our own chicken soup with all the colors and the flavors of, see, you can't even see the celery and the carrots. So it's a nice chunky soup. We will add some more over here. And then, so now there is going to be a play of textures, a play of colors, and we are going to give it our tadka. All right. So this is the ghee with red spices. Here it goes on top, and just a little bit for each dish. So it brings in gives you a little bit of crispiness on your lentil soup, and this brings in a crunch. So here goes a little bit for each of them. And to finish it off, a little garnish, right? What better than a green cilantro? Here we are with our lentil, with vegetable and tortellini soup.
Oh my God.
Of dal dhokli, dal pithi, a very traditional dish from India. My version of that, the Americanized lentil vegetable tortellini soup. Serve my dishes to my esteemed guest, Shivani.
So here are our sponsors, Shibani Mathur and Jassi ji.
Enjoy the tastes, the textures, and the different flavors. Tell me, how do you feel?
You know, looks great. It's very colorful. I can see all the colors here with the cilantro. I have the lettuce on the side. What's this on the top? Is it onions? Is it some?
It's onions.
French fried onion, to answer your question, Jassi.
It smells so good. So I think I can't wait now anymore. So should I just replace?
Just dig in. So what do you think?
The spices is perfect in there, and the taste and flavors, the smell, everything is great. Good job.
Well, thank you so much.
And my first thing I would like to say, it's very, very appetizing and appealing to the eyes. The presentation is wonderful.
Thank you.
And
Coming from you.
I know I always look for the
From a designer who designs clothes and jewelry, I think it's a huge compliment that the dish looks nice too.
Yes, it does. It's very colorful, and I love the greens, and I love the crunch on the top. Very nice, appealing to the eyes and the taste buds equally.
The main dish, the meatloaf.
This is the meatloaf. You can see the colors. The
Nargisi kofte. So I don't know if you heard about that.
yes.
And that is meat around the egg. And that's how we make the koftas. But this is amazing. That just reminds me of it. The presentation again is wonderful.
sweet and spicy tomato chutney. So there are, again, it's a play of flavors and textures and colors. Enjoy.
Very easy.
Yeah. I hope it also burrito.
Yellow and the circle outside. Beautiful.
It just so goes so well with the vegetables and the tomatoes, and everything is sweet and spicy. I love it. I love the chutney. I love everything.
Thank you so much, Jesse. It's such a pleasure to eat at your restaurant. It is an honor to serve you today. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much too.
Thank you so much, Shivani. Thank you.
If you want to be a sponsor for BDC Chef or for our show, please connect to us at BDC TV, our Facebook page, our website, or to anyone on our team, which you will see all the names of our team members on BDC TV, or please email us at profoodbdc@gmail.com. Thanks for watching. Keep watching BDC Chef of the Month, and new episodes come every month, and that is the end of another beautiful show. Thank you for watching. Sponsor of the month, Shivani Mathur from Jules and More, while Shivani will give the gift to our BDC Chef of the Month, Shilpi Ranjan.
Thank you, Shilpi. It was a wonderful experience. Very, very tasty food, very innovative dishes. Thank you so much. And here's a hug.
Thank you. Coming from you, who's a designer, I think that you appreciated it. I appreciate it. Thank you, Tapasya. Thank you for having
Honor
me
to have
on
you.
BDC.
Honor to have you.
Nice to have you.
Gorgeous.
Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jesse, for letting us take over your restaurant. It was a pleasure. Thank you.